All right, guys, next up on the pay plan and how to increase your income and impact, Presidential Master Coordinator Jen Piper, the first in Canada. Okay, Jen, here we go.
All right, you guys. So, how has the event been so far? Just pop it in the chat. I can see your comments. We have everything running now. So, you guys, I wanted to share with you this is my 18th anniversary in this industry. And I wish it were longer. I really do wish it were longer. But 18 years ago, I was working three businesses. I had three traditional storefronts, and I loved it. I grew up in a little northern town in northern BC, and I'll just give you a bit of background. And it was a very middle class town, and everyone in that town, worked at the local mill or the grocery store. And I was the first, person in my whole entire family to leave and go to university. So that was my goal right away, is to get out of the little small town. So I went to university in Vancouver, the big city. I got a kinesiology degree, did the whole fall in love, get married. And when I was married, we had these three businesses. So I never really planned to be an entrepreneur. We kind of fell into it together. And I loved being an entrepreneur. I loved learning. I loved everything about it. And then I had three little boys. And I had three little boys in 5 years. And, as a lot of us can relate sometimes as moms, as dads, because we have a lot of dads on here as well, kind of your picture of what that looks like versus the reality isn't always aligned. And so I was never looking for a business like this. And I will say, I actually was very negative towards businesses like this. And why that is because I didn't understand the income that people could make. I truly did not understand it. Again, I grew up in a very sheltered town. There was no one making that kind of money there. And I had a girlfriend who kept asking me and asking me and asking me. Bless her, Christine, for always asking me. But it took me a full year to even be open to this because I really looked down upon it and I didn't understand it. So my whole goal here today is to really show you guys the income. That's why I'm so passionate about this. But for me, again, it wasn't because of money why I started. It's why I'm here today and the impact that you can make. But it was because of these three little guys, because I was putting them into daycare and going to my store and not loving that. And so the picture on the left is my three boys, Aiden, Connor, Jack. And when I started, they were 2, 5, and 7 in this industry. And it was fully to be home with them. I didn't want to leave them and put them in daycare anymore. And this photo is actually in the Bahamas on our very first trip that I had earned with a direct selling company. I mean, who knew that you could earn trips? It blew me away. Again, coming from that small town and not even traveling, you guys. When I grew up, traveling was camping 5 minutes out of town because we couldn't afford to do it. So, my boys at this young age had the opportunity to travel the world with me. But this is in the Bahamas, very fancy resort. And it was kind of my moment where I was like, wow, like the potential here is incredible. And so these guys are why I started. Now, today, they're grown adults. And the picture on the right, I pulled up to share with you because, I've been doing this for 18 years. November 24th, 2007 is when I started, in 18 years. And now my why has shifted. It is still always about those kids, but it's about helping moms just like me, just like I was, and really helping them to see the potential and the potential that's possible with this. So the picture on the right is actually almost 5 years ago. It was Christmas Day, 2020, that fun year. And where we are is I had surprised the kids. I had purchased a lake lot. So for you, those of you that like camping, so now it's changed from when I was a kid, where camping was like the only thing we did. Now I call it glamping because I have a beautiful RV, and this lot is representative of what I had accomplished over my career. And I bought it, surprised my kids with it. It's half an hour out of town. We spend a ton of time in there in the summer. I do team events there. I do everything there. And this is just, sometimes I sit and I look back at, what I've been able to accomplish with this income. And I want to talk today about how elevating your impact also elevates your income. Now, again, sometimes people might have a little bit of fear around that. Like, again, I grew up in this small town, and there wasn't people that were wealthy there. There wasn't people that made a lot of money. And almost when I started this and actually started earning an income, it felt a little strange for me. It felt a little bit weird. And as soon as I realized that the income is directly related to how many people I help, and now when I look at it, I see, I see people day after day. Today was payday. Put in the chat, you guys, what that meant to you today. Today, my why has shifted a little bit. It's about my family, but it's also about every other family I can help. So just pop in the chat what that difference does for you guys, because now I want to show you why this compensation plan truly is the best. I'm going over here so I don't mess anything up. Compensation plan ever. So I want to walk you through something that I wish that I had understood earlier is, when you understand when your income grows, your impact grows along with it. This is everything. So let's jump into why we're here. So guys, why are you with Shaklee? Pop it in the chat. Why do you love it? I find that there's kind of three reasons. We love the products. Oh my gosh, my own cart is so large every month, you guys. It's insane. Thank goodness we have this paid on personal purchases, which I'm going to cover, because my cart is huge. People want results that they can trust. And the third thing is people want a meaningful way that they can earn money, that's flexible, that fits in, that fits into their family, that fits into their why, right? And that's why they're here. So we're going to start. One of the reasons 8 months ago why I chose Shaklee is I sat down and I looked at, what we do. And I fully believe that, this business works so well and is having the momentous growth that we're having because it really appeals to everyone. It appeals to people who just want to come in and build a customer client list, right? And share links and just really promote product. It appeals to people who maybe want more impact, who want more income, who have not a bigger why, who have maybe these big, big dreams, and they know that the impact and the income will help them get there. And so I love that really we have two income streams. We have the customer side, we have the builder side, just like two wings on a plane, right? Now, I believe when you start, and you should start, when you're just learning, you really figure out the customer side first, right? And then as we grow in our business and we truly want to grow that impact, leaders learn how you can blend both. You guys, my goal is always to be one of the top sellers on our team, but also to be one of the top builders on our team, because I know that that's the best way that I can really, really grow my impact. Now, what I love about our customer side, though, is a lot of times, we listen to Melanie really talk about that building, and she spoke about how you just have to be one step ahead. A lot of times people have a bit of fear around building a team. Put this in the chat if this is you, because you're like, well, I don't know how, right? To coach it. I don't know how to mentor. I don't know how to do this. And I will tell you that when you can bring someone into a model like this, that gets them with the highest chance of success to win right off the get-go because of our customer side, that is everything. So there are a lot of models out there. There was a lot of models that I looked at when, 8 months ago, my company closed and I was forced to make a pivot. And I landed on Shaklee because of this. Yes, the products people pay. Products are amazing. The people, the corporate team, the leadership team, truly incredible. But when we think about the pay and how people are paid, that is everything, you guys, because you can have the best products, you can have the best company. If the pay isn't there, you're not going to have the people stick. So I'm going to start with our customer side. So this is number one, what blew me away. 30 and 30, you guys. This is going to be a review for some of you, and I'm shifting gears because I really want to talk about building a team here, but I want to just review because, again, as a builder, you can be 100% confident when you bring in someone brand new and they follow the strategy, they follow the systems, they're going to be closing sales. And you guys, if you are going to close a sale, would you rather close a sale and make 10% on your new customer, or would you rather make 30%? Would you rather make 30% on the dollar? Because that is everything. Most companies, aren't paying on the dollar. Most companies don't pay 30% on all new purchases. So I have a new customer and they order today, I get paid 30% on the dollar. They order again tomorrow or in a week when their first order shows up and they get that beautiful catalog. You make 30% on every single purchase that they do for the first 30 days. Now, that is the same for both customers, AKA members, and ambassadors, you guys. Now, so that's huge, because if you can help someone coming in and they go sell $200 and they know they make $60, it is clear, it is concrete, it's a simple plan, right? Now, the 10 to 40% also on the customer side is massive. There is nothing else out there that I looked at that paid that much, you guys, and it's paid on the dollar, which is everything. So quick review, if you're just not really sure of how amazing this is, trust me on this. And I love seeing real numbers. So I built out the chart, I added the commission dollar over here so that people can come in. So when I have a new ambassador and we're basically sit down, we figure out their goals, like how much do you want to make every month? And we start here, right? We start on the customer side because it's 100% in their control. And typically that's the skill that they build first, okay? It's going to create the monthly consistency in their business. It's going to be the foundation of their business. And you know that customer income really builds that trust, credibility, and stability in your business. So again, put it in the chat. Where are you on this chart? Do you know? Do you at the end of every month go through and go, how can I increase my paycheck? Now, here's the other fun part about this beautiful comp plan is, let's say you're at the 30% and you're pushing to 35, right? So you're at $7,400 and you know that you sell another $100, you just gave yourself a raise. And all of your customer income is now paid out at 35%. You also, on the flip side, when I was saying how my cart is so huge, you also get a rebate on your personal purchases of 35% as well, you guys. So to me, like, what a win-win, right? So I'm getting paid, but I'm also able to get a rebate on my own products based on what I do. So now again, picture this as you're building a team and you're bringing someone in. This is such a simple thing to explain, you guys, not having to worry about, you know, commissionable volume. It's literally on the dollar. They can log in their dashboard and they can see where they are. So this is what sealed the deal for me, because I know at the end of the day, what do we do here? We build sales forces, right? I'm building a sales force. And for me to build a successful sales force, they have to be able to make a good income doing this, and something that is clear and that it's not complicated for them to figure it out. So the reality, though, that a lot of people don't sometimes say out loud, and I'm going to say it, is sometimes there's a bit of a ceiling. Would you agree on this? You can only personally sell to so many people, right? Depending how you sell, there's a ceiling. And you guys, I'm a top seller. I love selling product, but there is a ceiling and there's a finite amount of time and energy there, right? So a lot of times your hard work doesn't necessarily scale as well as you would like. And so, you know, the way that I look at this, it's like if your income is only ever from what you personally do, there's going to be that ceiling. So this is why I love to then incorporate team building. So how can we remove the ceiling? Let's start building a team. Now, this is the way I look at it. A lot of times people have like this weird feeling around recruiting, around the word. And I'll say to people like, okay, what do you love? And they're like, oh my God, I love BioCell. I love the peptide wands. And that's all I talk about. That's why I'm here, is because I use the product. I love the product. And I just want to share that with as many people as I can. That is great. Do you know what a difference it would be if you could build a team that got that same message out there, that essentially duplicated what you're passionate about? So if your passion is those wands, if you build a team that is also passionate about the wands, do you know how many more people you're going to reach? You already love the products. You're already helping people. A team lets you scale, right? A team lets you reach hundreds and thousands of people versus a handful. A team allows you to expand globally into markets like Australia and New Zealand instead of in your town, right? So when you love a product and you're super passionate about a product, a lot of times I'll have people like, I don't want to build a team because I just want to sell this product. You guys imagine though, if you have a sales force with you pushing that out there and what a difference that will make. And so your income isn't necessarily tied to the hours. And the way I love it and the way I think about it is you're franchising you. So back when I owned my 3 stores, you guys, it was it. Like I was everything. I did the books, I did the marketing, I did, you name it, I did it all. And I worked a ridiculous amount of hours. And that's why I was attracted to this, is because I was working all the time. We couldn't scale, right? And I remember actually sitting down and being like, man, I would love to franchise it. But we were like this little store in a little town, and that wasn't an option. But here, what I love is you actually can franchise yourself. And I want you to think about it like that. So think about building a team as like franchising yourself, a little analogy. So you're the main store, right? You have your storefront. Again, you have what you love to sell, what you love to get out. And I want you to think about expansion versus recruiting, especially if that makes you feel a little bit weird. Think about expansion, like how can I expand this? How can I get more people in love with the products that I love? And you know that when you have many locations versus one, you're going to have more results. You're going to have more people, right? And I think to like, what's your favorite franchise? Put it in the chat. I was trying to think of one that's not fast food because I haven't eaten fast food in so long. But like Lululemon, you guys, Lululemon. There you go. I love Lulu. Imagine if it was just them. Their product wouldn't be out in the world, right? And it's the same thing with us. You love this product. You have results. It's changed lives. Like I think about my own family and some of the results they've had with product. If I've never franchised myself, it's not going to go any further than my little teeny network, you guys. So you already have the systems, you already have the success. It's all shared. All you're doing is duplicating that and franchising yourself. You're inviting people into a proven model. This is a proven model with the mentorship, with the community, with all of the systems in place. Okay. So now let's think a little bit more about that. You're going to have more impact. There's going to be more families who have their lives changed. There's going to be more people that are transformed, especially if you have a heart for this, you guys, because I will tell you this morning, Samantha sent me a message first thing this morning about pay. And then I opened the chats and I started reading the messages. And that is what does it for me today, you guys. And it makes me almost like teary right now. But I think about every single family that their lives are changed today by that paycheck that arrived in their bank, right? Just like that, the magic of how that works. But when you build a team, when you franchise yourself, you have a hand in that. You actually have a hand in that, you guys. And I will tell you, there's no better feeling in the world. And if your why, if you struggle sometimes with your why, if your why is to help people, whether it's with product or with income, this is everything. What we have here, this is everything. You can reach more communities. Your little voice gets out there to many people. So I want you to think about this, and truly all you're doing is plugging people into systems, you guys. You do not need to overthink this and think about like, I need to be able to do it. You're not the engine, you are the guide, and you're going to guide them into the systems. You're going to guide them into the community. You're going to connect them, and you're just going to keep working your business, except you've just franchised yourself. Okay, so if builder income, I want you to think about this, and we're going to get into some like real numbers in a second though, but this is what I feel like this is who this attracts. People who care about impact, who want to make a bigger impact in this world, right? If that's you, put a 1 in the chat. If that drives you, put a 1 in the chat. If you want more flexibility or time freedom, again, you guys, it wasn't money when I started. It wasn't the money, it was the time and the flexibility and the ability, because when I was working in those stores, we never took a holiday. I went back to when I was a kid, and a holiday for us when I had those 3 businesses was camping 5 minutes outside of town. And it wasn't at the nice lake club that I'm at right now where it's glamping. It was true camping, right? We didn't take holidays. I didn't have any time freedom. You know, a alarm call will go off in the middle of the night. Guess who has to get up and go to the store in the dark night where you're a little bit scared, right? I had 0 time freedom. So if you're looking for time freedom, if you're looking for flexibility, you guys, the builder side, this is ideal for you. If you love mentoring, does it fire you up to help someone? Does it fire you up and make you feel good inside to be able to support someone else? And for them to send you a message and they're like, oh my God, that's so helpful. Like that's what fires me up every single day. If you want to form communities, right? If you want to like, you know, from, I just love what we do. You can do a walking challenge. You can do a clean eating challenge. We've got the 5-day reset launching. You can do 5-day reset challenges. If you want to form communities that are driven to improve someone's quality of life, that is what we do. If you want to leave a legacy, right, and make a difference, if you want to be the one in your family that changed it, right? Like I was the first one to ever attend university in my entire family. I'm the first one to ever, you know, make a substantial income in my entire family. But I want that for my boys. I want to be first so that they can see it and that they want more out of life. So if you want to leave a legacy, this is why this is great for you. And if you want income that grows without you burning out, this is why you want to look at this. So we're going to start with director, you guys. This entire compensation plan, your goal is simple. Get to director, promote directors. Write that in your notes. Write that in the chat. This is the entire plan. If you are not yet a director, your goal is to get to director, and then you want to turn around and do the same. You want to help someone else do that. So why director? Number one, you get a discount. Hello, I don't know, I still love discounts. I love a discount on my product, you guys. You get more access and visibility in your back office. You can actually go in and see your teams. You can see your teams and help them with their customers. You get to be a better coach. You get to be a better mentor, right? You get to see, to be able to recognize and reward them. You get access to all these amazing reports. You're able to gift your customers. You guys, I went through in November and gifted every customer a bottle or a can of our sparkling protein. That is an incredible reward. And you get increased pay, right? So the average of directors is $1,000 a month. The average. Now we have some who do more and some that do a little bit less, but the average. So you know, I run to director, which is 2,000 PV, which is you, your customers. But if you're really smart, it's also the people on your team and their customers. That is 2,000 PV. So again, I have a lot of directors, you guys, they do it on their own. They just are great at sales and they can do it on their own and they can knock it out, right? But if you want to leverage and you want to franchise and you want to have a bigger impact, and you want to get there faster, you build a team, okay? And you can see on the right how that impacts your paycheck as well. Okay. So screenshot this. This is my other favorite chart. I made it because I love myself a chart. So again, we've been talking about your impact grows, your income grows. So on this chart, this is actually based off that fancy one-page compensation chart. When I started here, I printed it. It came everywhere with me. It's so dog-eared right now. And then I was like, okay, I want along the top are all these numbers. I wanted to build a chart that you could actually screenshot and take a look. So this here shows you the average. Now, I'll just tell you, when I grew up in that little small northern town, I was the kid at the front of the class. I was the little, we call it a keener in Canada. I was the one at the front that like straight A's, always, you know, I liked what Emily said earlier about she did everything with excellence. And that was that little girl right there. That's exactly what I did. Whether it was my first job at Dixie Lee Chicken, which is a terrible job, or, you know, or being the kid in class. But I look at average as an average, and I always want to do better than average. So you guys, and I will say that a lot of people on here, you're making more than average, okay? So these are the average earnings. So look at director. On average, you're making $1,000 a month. So I want you to look at the level that you want to be, you guys, and I want you to put it in the chat, throw it in the chat, and look at that income and look at that monthly income. And because we know what a difference this monthly income will make to your family, so I want you to look in there and go, okay, if I want to make $3,000 on average a month, I know I need to be a senior coordinator. And then you work backwards, and what does that look like? But again, I'm going to simplify that comp plan for you. You hit director, you create directors. That is it. You guys, if that's the simplest, that is your business plan. Hit director, create directors, and that will move you up these ranks, okay? So decide where you want to land, and then you go to work. You guys, you go to work. You've the whole entire lead up to this. I'm just here to give you like the what's in it truly for you and with this compensation plan. But everything you've learned today is about getting to work. And it's getting to work when it's not convenient all the time. You guys, you know, when I started in this business 18 years ago, I missed things. Yes, I did. But you know what? It was interesting. I asked my boys years ago because I'd miss a baseball game. I'd miss and having 3 kids as a single mom. I was divorced 2 years into this. You know, I would miss things, but I had a dream to build something so much bigger for my family. And I asked them recently, I'm like, you know, when you look back, because they're 25, 23, and 20 now, like, do you remember, you know, that I missed that one, you know, whichever baseball game? And they're like, no, mom, you were always home. Now I have 3 boys. You can imagine. They're like, you are always home. And it makes me kind of giggle because as a mom, I also look at some of the things that I might have missed while I was like growing and growing and growing. And that's not their memory. Their memory is their mom was always home. And they're probably like, please go get a real job, right? But this was everything. So we've heard today. So this is you decide and then you get to work, you guys. You decide and you get to work. And I want you to, again, think about that. This isn't just about the money, right? Because the money represents, you saw that what Sarah's able to do with her money. You know, I I have so many opportunities to bless people in my life right now, and it just makes me so happy because that is what matters, right? You can help more people, you can create more stories, you help more leaders who are going to turn around and do the same thing in their communities and do the same thing in their lives, right? Make a difference. Okay, I want to touch on the big bonuses, you guys. So today, today was a day where on our team, a lot of us got some of these substantial bonuses, and I can't even tell you, you know, what a difference that this has made, especially this time of year. But this is a bonus. It's in place for 2026 as well, you guys. And again, I made this big and bold for you. But I want you to look at that. On the last slide, you saw how much you want to make every month. Well, this is another extra bonus you get on top of your monthly pay, you guys. You get it on top of your monthly pay. It's incredible to me. Where they're paying $1,000, $2,000, $2,500 for hitting a rank and holding it. So it's a hit and hold rank, right? Which is what we do because you guys you're not hitting something and dropping back 5 levels. I will say this too. What I love about 𝗪𝗪, my prior company, we had a lot of like crazy promos and spikes, and it created a very stressful business, okay? A very stressful business because you were always running promotion to promotion to promotion, and it didn't build stability. What I love here, I love the stability. I love the stability, you guys. I love that every month you kind of know what you're going to do. And then it's up to you if you want to increase that. You can go out and get more Star Club bonuses. You can go out there and get, you know, your I haven't even talked about all the other incentives, but you can go out there and earn your B Splendor, or if you live in Australia, the Smeg Blender. But there's all these extra bonuses to keep your business moving forward. This month, we've got the amazing boost, right? When you get your Star Club and 2 enrolled ambassadors, they're going to give you a boost on top of that. So this right here is an extra bonus, you guys. And I want you to, again, dial into that level that you want. Put it in the chat. What are you going to earn, right? What are you going to earn? And look at some of these big levels. We had people today that earned that $10,000 bonus, that earned the $5,000 bonus right before Christmas, which is incredible, right? So look at this, decide what you want, and lock this in for next year. And how you lock it in is starting today by building your team today, you guys, because you can't get past director without building a team. I'm going to say that again. You can't get past director without building a team. So you're always going to be at that level. If you want to start earning more of these bonuses and earning more on that pay plan, you have to build a team as well and help someone else do it. So Why is this important now? Well, I'll just tell you guys, timing does matter. And you know, timing matters in every business. Truly, timing matters in every business. I don't care what business you're in, timing matters. But we are in, yes, momentum is a very overused term, but I will tell you, we are in that window. It's just kind of just starting to percolate right now. When I look at what's happened over the last year, double-digit growth in the US, Canada more than doubled. Leaders promoting faster than ever. We just expanded into Australia and New Zealand, you guys, but I want you to look at these two numbers. 50% more first-time 500 and 1,000 earners. So you know what that means to me? That means when I bring someone in, there's 50% more of them who are making that every single month, you guys. There's 100% increase in people first time earning 5,000 and 10,000 a month. 100% increase. Why? Because of all that comp plan that I just showed you, because of the opportunity, because of what's going on right now. And I promise you, if you sleep on this, you will kick yourself, because opportunity early in your business changes the outcome, you guys. You know, my second business went through a crazy, crazy momentum boost. And I remember when it started, this feeling right now, this feeling of what I feel today. And then when it was going, it was crazy. And when it was going, it was like everyone I turned around and looked at was in the business. And they weren't all on my team, right? You guys, I promise you, this is where we're heading. And this is where you want to start now. And again, you can do it at the party of one, but you're not going to have the same impact. You're not going to have the same growth, okay? All right, the sweet spot. I'm all about the sweet spot, you guys. So let's think of your customer income, right? Your customer income covers today. I want you to write that in your notes. Customer income covers today. It covers the groceries. It covers the bills, right? Your builder income builds tomorrow. Your builder income is what is like, I look at what I'm leaving my legacy to my boys. My builder income is the ability to make a difference in other people's lives, right? It's scalable, it's leveraged, it's legacy driven. You put the two of those together and you have freedom, flexibility, and sustainability in your business. You guys, you know, a lot of times we'll have life happen, right? Life happen, and life is really hard for a lot of people right now. And when you look at a sustainable business, you know, you're able to step away for a brief moment without losing your income. You know, when you have a team that's working with you, you know, a week away from your business to take care of your family, a week away from your business to do what you need to do, it will keep running without you. And the magic is combining both here, people. Like truly, when they work together, that's when you really will get legacy, right? Legacy. And this is how businesses last. I will tell you that. Businesses last when you combine the two of these together. So I want to do a spotlight today, and these are real paychecks as of yesterday and today. And I wrote myself notes because I actually want to show you, this is, so now some of these people got bonuses this month, right? And I want to talk to you about each of these people, and I want to tell you what they make purely on their own customer sales so that you can see the difference, okay? So Thomas and Shelley are my dear friends. They live in Ontario. This is their full-time gig. Thomas also teaches at a college. They've been in the industry for 18 years as well, and we were, you know, sideline in our old company. Their pay yesterday was $28,500 before Christmas. It had some bonuses in there. If I was to pull out, because based on the chart, I made myself a sticky note. Based on our customer chart, I can tell you exactly what they made on their customer sales, you guys. So their customer sales, they made $2,000. So the other 26,500 was from a team and building a team. And I want you guys to like sit with that for a minute. Okay? And congratulations, Thomas and Shelley. My friend Anne. Oh, my friend Anne. Known her for 18 years. So she was a foster parent. That was their full-time income prior to doing this. She works her butt off, and I call her the trade show queen because she loves doing trade shows and building her business there. Her income yesterday, which is her highest, well, the highest here, and I will say this, her highest, she's making about twice as much money when you compare relative income or organizational volume to our other company. This is, I'm going to give you guys real income because this is, I mean, we could probably put the disclaimer on here, but I want to share this so you see the benefit, the power of this. But when I pull out her customer sales, so she had a big customer month. She hit the 10K club for her first time, which was a huge deal. So 4,000 of that was her own customers. So the other 18,000, you guys, was from her team. Tommy Ward. Tommy used to have 5 jobs. He's now studying for real estate as well as this. He's a massive horse fanatic, and part of his like passion is working with equine and that end of it and horses. He's a very cool guy, you guys. Great story. 25,000 was his paycheck this morning. I asked him, and if I look at his customer volume, was 3,200 of that. So if he had no team, he would have made a 3,200 paycheck. Nicole Woolsey. Okay, you guys, she's kind of an overachiever in the sales end of things. She is in Montreal. She made $38,000 yesterday, and at the beginning of the month, she sent me a message and she said, 30K has been on my dream board forever, forever. She told her kids know about it forever. Yesterday, she more than surpassed that, showed her kids, of course, because this is why she does this. She's a single mom, you know, a lot of load on her. So she was a top seller, you guys. She sold 21,000 in product, which is insanity. So her personal sales would have been 8,700. Okay. Look at what she made with her team building. My friend Dory. Dory is a widow. Dory is amazing. Dory has been, she's the fittest person I know at her age. And if you guys, like every time I'm with her, I just like touch her arms. So Dory didn't have the big bonus. Her big bonus is next month. So she'll have a similar paycheck to say Nicole next month because her big bonus comes. This is without any crazy bonuses, you guys. $17,000. And again, if we just pulled her customers out, she made 8,000. So that shows you the difference with the team. Loretta. So Loretta is a nurse, the mayor of her town, a marriage commissioner, and does this on the side. And actually, Loretta, I wanted to share because yesterday I was like, it's her biggest month ever. She sold $18,000, and she doesn't have a big team, right? So her income is mostly all herself. And we were talking about this last night, and I said, I'm really talking about like the building a team. She's like, I'm all over that. Like that's her next goal, you guys, because she's got the customer side locked down, completely locked down. So her income was mostly all her. Okay, so it just shows you the difference and scalability. And then Jody's a grandma. Jody's amazing. She made 9,500 yesterday. Her customer sales, you guys, of that, if I pull it out, was 1,500. So she made an extra $8,000. She gave herself an $8,000 raise from building a team. So why I show you this is I want to show you the possibility, and whether it's income for you or impact, you guys, they're hand in hand. But I want to show you the difference of doing it alone. And again, what you have to sell. So Loretta's perfect solo girl over there. She had to sell 18,000 on her own, which is like a unicorn, to be able to do that. This shows you the ability of incorporating a team. So I want us to think about this. Windows like we have right now don't stay open forever, right? They don't. A year from now, this is going to be a completely different company with a completely larger, massive sales force. But I want you to think about building a team as the freedom side of your business, right? It creates more income, which creates more options for you, whether that's, you know, travel. You know, when I started with my boys, we never traveled. My kids have been all over the world because of this business. I've been a single mom since 2009, and I've never had a dime of child support. This business is what has carried me through. And I know I'm so grateful every single day for that. But the freedom side is more purpose, more impact. And I want you to think about you're offering people the possibility of more. Okay, I'm going to close with this. So when I think about the heart of what we do, because I am very heart-centered, very heart-centered. And it took me a long time to wrap my brain around the income potential here, because it was hard for me to align that with the heart of it. But now, you guys, every single day I wake up so grateful for what we're able to do with that. So every single product that we sell, every single bundle you put together, every single transformation, whether it's health or financial, that you're a part of, right? Every single family that you touch through this, we do it through this impact, you guys, and team building will truly just amplify that for you. If you are a product lover, I am too. I promise you, all of that is just going to be amplified once you start building a team. So I'm going to stop my share.